I've heard this one quote time after time in TV shows, movies, and book lines that to be African American, and this time is to be an African without memory, and an American without privilege. So I gotta say this. James Baldwin made a grand overstatement. I mean, sure, I mean no disrespect, the man was great, creative, but on this I agree and disagree. Just let me explain, Nate. I agree that we are born without privilege. It's a sad fact of life, and I hate it when I see it, and I hate that it's right. But if there's one thing I will willfully fight, is that me being African American gives me no memory. That is my plight. I mean, I may not have been born in Africa. I've never seen the savannah. I've never toiled her fields. And honestly, none of the lions I've seen are real, but you cannot deny our ancestral experiences. These past 200 years have brought forth an era of changes and differences. Our great-grandmothers and grandfathers came here, were forced to come to the States, seen as beasts, demons, animals, an incredibly lesser race. Many of us ran back to Africa or all over this nation place. But we, African Americans, chose to stand and fight, knowing the dangers we'd face. These past few centuries birthed a legacy that continues to stand and fight in the faces of burning buildings and burned crosses and death. And the night when the nation itself said to us, "Go away. We don't want you here." Us African Americans looked it back in the eyes, spat, and basically say, "I have no fear. Do your best, higher man, but I am staying here." The black community is a race built on a sea of blood, sweat, and tears. And now we have the support of our colored and colorless peers. I mean, we've become a part of this nation, moving from tears to tears, be moved to tears. We've grounded ourselves here. We built this nation from the ground up. Yes, as slaves, to be clear, but this nation was built by black hands. We've come from Africa, Jamaica, Haiti, and other foreign lands, incorporating countless ethnicities, peoples, and tribes, stirring our cultures through the words of our scribes, from the words of books, and all that time it took. It took us decades to get to where we are now, but look, we're still fighting for our rights. It should have happened by now. But see, we continue to fight. And wow, when we look through the channels of history, the secret of African American strength is not a secret to me, not even a mystery. The story is clear to me. Come and see. We were brought here as slaves, turned and branded. Yet we rebelled against our owners. We killed and demanded. We led rebellion after rebellion, some of which succeeded. Fought time and time again in search of the freedom that we desperately needed. And in 1865, our slavery was deleted, but no, our rights came slower. No one had to hold our bar lower, but we grabbed it and pulled it. Our strength is a grower. 1870, 1960, 1965. Hello, Miss Bridges, don't forget Mrs. Parks, you better know her. The seeds of the civil rights movements began to bloom. We met our leaders, our glowers, and even in the face of our doom, our race did not falter. We marched like soldiers with the strength of X and King. We fought for our home, ourselves, and our things. We fought for equality. We fought hard and honestly, and the fact that we're still fighting sings to me and calls to me. I will fight for this place because this place is my home. I do have my memories because this is what I've known. I am still African because Africa is deep within my bones, and she gives me the strength to withstand boulder after boulder, stone after stone. And if I can't get my privilege, I will stand up and fight. I will live day by day, and I will walk night by night. I will cut down every insult and slight, and I will not stop till my descendants get all of their rights. I do have my memory because this is what I've known. African American. That is not about having no memory. Being African American is about being part of a legacy that spans back through descendancies, a glorious descendancy. African Americans are entities that steadily build a path to ascendancy, a destiny paved with the red blood and memories of those who shed it. for the mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, and children who bled it, who came to Africa and stayed even if they knew that they would regret it. So I will write my poems and my rhymes, and if I said it, I meant it. So I say I don't need to be given privilege. I will earn it and bend it. If it's broken, I will fix it and turn it and mend it, because in all the histories I've seen, geniuses are not treated equally. No, they're treated as different and less than. They're casted, beaten, and even put into dead ends. They're treated like pigs and mentally put into their pens. But they always break out, because they're meant for more than what they're given. So take your privilege. I don't need it. Honestly, privilege is for those who quite readily aren't ready to fight through poverty, who aren't ready to fight on equal standing, so they rig the social lottery. I'd rather remove privilege in its entirety, especially because when I look through all my memories, African Americans are a race of new age black prodigies, and as we fight, it's no longer a battle of this one against that. It's privilege. What the... Okay, I messed up.